This is how narcissists use tears to control you. It's mind-blowing. There are certain feelings that a narcissist might let you in on, but only if you know what you're doing. It is common practice to use any and all emotions, including anger, fear, disgust, and happiness, to influence other people or the course of events. So, I'd like to discuss narcissists' emotional breakdowns today. A narcissist has no reason to shed tears. Alternatively, what would cause a narcissist to break down in tears? Are they crying for real? This post is an attempt to address these issues. But first, I'd like to say a quick thank you to everyone who has watched this video. This is how narcissists use tears to control you. It's mind-blowing. Crying is a universal expression of hurt, disappointment, or sadness. Narcissists may appear vulnerable and emotional, but they're actually communicating and achieving much more through the use of tears. Narcissists can easily shed tears at the snap of a finger. Keep in mind that actors and actresses have honed their skills to an art form. However, the emotional impact of their tears is diminished once you understand the motivations behind them. Therefore, the primary motivation for a narcissist to cry would be to give the impression of vulnerability. In this phase of the relationship especially, the narcissist desperately wants you to believe that they are empathetic people. They'd put on a show of sympathy and pretend like the other person's problems were their own. Both real and made-up situations qualify. The narcissist may try to convince you that they are moved by a fictional event in the book or film they are currently reading or watching. Then there are the actual tragedies that may have befallen a close friend or relative. Perhaps the narcissist has lost a friend or acquaintance. The narcissist will use these situations to show how empathetic they really are. Many narcissists have learned to put on an act of empathy in order to convince others of their caring nature. If a narcissist can convince you that they are compassionate and kind, you will be more likely to trust them or have a positive impression of them. Be wary, because the narcissist will use tears to gain your trust and affection before shattering your trust and heart. A narcissist may also cry due to extreme frustration. This is due to their unrealistic expectations of being in charge of everything and everyone. Disappointment and frustration set in, and the narcissist may even cry over their misfortune or dashed hopes. Sincerity underlies these sobs, but they are shed for no one but themselves. Narcissists have a low tolerance for setbacks. They feel profoundly miserable when they feel helpless or lose control, and they are unable to accept this. When things don't go their way, or when they encounter obstacles, they experience deep disappointment. They cry in the hopes that someone will feel sorry for them and offer assistance. Only when the narcissist has suffered a significant loss will their tears be genuine. A narcissist might cry for the third time if they are being attacked. When a narcissist is confronted or challenged about their behavior, they often resort to emotional blackmail in an attempt to defuse the situation. Narcissists are quick to point the finger at others and unwilling to take responsibility for their own mistakes. But if that doesn't work, they'll resort to crying. They believe that if they cry, you will stop blaming them and maybe even apologize to them. Narcissists will often cry to end conversations that aren't good for them or their reputation. Keep in mind that narcissists are expert actors who have perfected their craft. However, their tears lose their impact once you realize what they represent. A narcissist may start crying for the sake of appearances. In the early stages of a relationship, it is crucial for both partners to feel heard and understood, so they will try to convince you that they are compassionate people. To make you think they care about another person's real or made-up problems, they may act sympathetically toward those problems. But it's an act to trick you into believing they're trustworthy. Another common emotion for a narcissist to express through tears is anger. They are sad, disappointed, and frustrated because they feel they cannot control the world around them. They cry over their own misfortune or dashed hopes, but their sorrow is for themselves alone. A narcissist may also cry in order to diffuse a hostile situation. To avoid taking responsibility for their actions, narcissists will often cry when challenged about their behavior. They're hoping that if they cry, people will finally stop blaming them and maybe even apologize. When a conversation isn't going well for them, narcissists will often cry to cut it short. The fourth reason a narcissist might cry to rally support for an assault on another person. They are masters of the victim card and will lie and cry to get their way. They've learned that showing weakness and vulnerability is the surest way to rally others to their cause. This is how they enlist the aid of their flying monkeys in their fight against their foes. Narcissists are difficult to deal with in general, but especially so when they use tears as a manipulative tool. You must be alert to their strategies so that you do not fall for their traps. Narcissists will say anything to turn the tide of public opinion against you. Whether it's flying monkeys, the police, a judge, or anyone else, they will stop at nothing to frame you as the bad guy and get you punished. Narcissists will resort to tears for the sole purpose of keeping someone in their life. Only if a major supplier cut ties with the narcissist would this be possible, simply because they frequently switch to other resources. But now you'll discover just how much you are willing to give to the narcissist, because they will lie and abuse you until you give in to their pathetic pleadings. They'll sob like you've never heard them sob before, for the simple reason that they need to make you believe that they will perish if you ever leave them or forget about them. When a narcissist loses someone they rely on for support, they can become extremely desperate. The tears wouldn't be the beginning of it. After that, things could get really bad, and they might even resort to stalking that person. They're hoping that if they cry enough, you'll give them another chance or stick around. They're not crying for you because they care about you. They care about what you have, and they don't want to lose it. Finally, a narcissist may find it easy to cry because they find it so beneficial. While a narcissist's tears are typically used for manipulation or deception, we can see that there are occasions when they are sincere. Narcissists are emotionally detached from others and will only cry for themselves. Instead, they use tears as a tool of control and manipulation. Don't be moved by a narcissist's tears into helping them, because, as I demonstrated in the video, cooperating with a narcissist is doomed to failure. Please contact me now. Did any of the things I've said today strike a chord with you? If you have anything to add, please do so below. As always, I'm praying this helps. If this video was helpful, please consider liking and sharing it. We appreciate your attention.